Right, hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Geek Lab. And you may notice that my voice is slightly different. That's because for the last couple of weeks I've been quite ill, and it's left me with this voice for the moment, and quite a bad cough. So I'm going to have to drink lots of tea during this video, and may have to edit it several times. Because I suspect there may be a lot of coughing going on. Now, here we are, once again, with our 3D printer project, and this is where we left it last time, and it's got the x-axis completed and started work on the frame. And this month's stuff has arrived, obviously, because I'm making a video about it. Excuse me, just get this into the camera. But let's get this down here for you. I don't think there's going to be a build slot on this video this time, because from looking at the parts that have come, it looks like we're starting to build the y-axis, and it doesn't look like there's anything to assemble this month. Oh dear. Hopefully we'll get more excitement next month. So anyway, we can still look at the magazines and see what we can do. And we'll look at the new packaging as well, so there we go. Okay, we are going to start with issue 16. Ta-da! Get the spare part, cover up the gunk. Right, in this issue, V3 printer parts, X shaft and shaft fixing base. Huh? You say so? Okay. Oh, you'll have to excuse me. 3D modelling step by step, and museum pieces, 3D printing for prosperity. Let's cover up the codes. And 3D printing museum. Multi. Museums now use 3D scanning and printing technology, not only to archive and replicate their collections, but also to offer them to the public, so that we can print and enjoy them ourselves. I know that there's a museum in England that does that, Natural History Museum. You can get files from them to print out different artifacts for your own observations. There are currently 14 3D models from the British Museum's collection available to download and 3D print, including the granite head of Pharaoh Amenhotep III. That's the museum I was on about, the British Museum. So there we go. And you can obviously print them and do them up, make them look how you want. Good, eh? Right, moving on. The push-pull tool, while very useful, does have its limitations. To master total control over geometries, it is necessary to learn more about the move tool and explore the full extent of its capabilities. If you can hear any rumbling in the background, it's the air conditioner thing. You're just trying to keep me cool here. Essential moves. This exercise provides solid foundation for the move tool's most basic functions and demonstrates the versatility of this powerful tool. Okay, so moving on with our very excellent 3D tutorials. Haven't followed these very far yet. I've been too ill recently as well, so got a lot of things to catch up with. But there we go. Cool. Edit that bit out, a bit of a coughing fit. Right, working with scale. With 3D printing you can customize and adapt your existing scale models as well as build them from scratch. But accurate scale models must always start with accurate drawings. Yeah, that's pretty damn obvious. If you want to adapt an existing scale model aircraft like the Airfix kit shown, or add pieces to it to change its appearance, 3D printing can be a huge help. Yeah, Airfix is basically 3D printing these days. You can print out your own kits, put them together. Print out your own Airfix kits. I bet the files are there on the internet somewhere. Stage 3, Vector 3, the x-axis. Connect the first x-axis and its two fixing bases to the top of the main frame. So we are doing something. I was wrong. Yeah, we're putting some a roller in there, so there is something to do. May have to record this after all. There was I assuming it was different. Okay. Right, the design files. Small drawer unit part 2. Not really interested. Mini castle. Provide fortification for your catapult. Issue 1. With a small but sturdy castle. Cool. It's a lot. They use a lot of filament, don't they, these machines? I know how much you get in one roll. I'll have to have a look at that. Cool. Right. Assorted buttons? Nope. Bright idea phone case. Nice idea, but not for me. Some people want that one. Time to scale down. Drawing a model without a scale wouldn't matter if it was going to remain in virtual space, but with 3D printing you need to make sure that you can turn the virtual into a physical object that is perfectly in proportion. Perfectly in proportion. Oh, I forgot to show you the box. Hang on. So, it looks like this issue 17, is it? 16. Yes, same one. Issue 16. Yes, they've got rid of the boxes. Now, I don't know if this is due to cutting costs or complaints about those cases, because I particularly didn't like them. There's one last one here, and they are plastic and cardboard, and you have to rip them, and they rip your fingers to shreds, and it's a pain to get anything out of. It was a nice idea, stored well, but it just didn't work in reality. So they now seem to be coming in these bags. So I don't know if they've changed supplier, cutting costs, or just taking notice what people say. But I prefer that personally. Okay, let's carry on. Yeah. So it's about scaling, drawing to scale. Draw first, scale later. Yeah, that's a good idea, actually. And the back cover with the next bit. Okie dokie. The latest online offers from Eaglemoss. Femme Fatale's box set. This will be something to look back at in 30 years' time. I think that's the first time I've seen him do that, actually. I've heard some of that. Must be getting desperate. Okay, issue 17. In this issue, V3 printer parts, X shaft and shaft fixing bays, basically the same as the last one. 3D modelling step by step, and the world of 3D generative design. Okay. Generative design. Okay, we've got to find out. Oh, look at that. Open University. We've got to find out very quickly what that's about. The beauty of geometry. This antipot sculpture by artist and mathematician Bathsheba Grossman was 3D printed using steel bronze composite. Who would have thought mathematical code could spawn three-dimensional printable shapes of breathtaking beauty? Welcome to the world of generative design. Look at that. Pretty. One. Pretty. For centuries, mathematicians have plotted formula on paper to create pleasing and intriguing geometric forms. Much of their inspiration lies in the orderly patterns of nature. From the fractals and self-similar repetitions in ice crystals or snail shells to the intricate, I can't even speak today, properly. Intricate branching of leaf vines, fungal rhizomes, and even river systems, or the arrangements of leaves on a stem. Now designers are applying lessons taken from both worlds, maths and nature, to computer code and using it to generate remarkable designs for 3D printed jewellery, fashion clothing and accessories, home decor, sculpting and architecture. I like that. But it's a nightmare to print out, but doesn't stop me liking it. What is this guy up here? Alchemy from the Wanderers collection by Nui Oxman. Doesn't say. Ow, scratch my nose. The Fibonacci sequence, printed out. Cool, may have to do that, if I can. Either track down a file or somehow make one. Build a truck. Basic componentry. Components which are similar to groups can speed up the modelling process. Knowing how to use them will make you a more effective 3D designer. Okie dokie. Did you know? No. So we are making bits and bobs of a truck. Very nice. Don't want to do myself, but you know, well, I won't be printing it, but it'll be good exercise in the 3D world. Taking care of your joints. There will be times when it won't be possible to design a model that will print in one piece. It seems to be covered quite often. On these occasions, you'll have to think about making separate parts that snap, stick, or slide together to make a permanent joint that doesn't move. Let's discover the best way to go around it. Best of the old and the new. Rabbit, tongue and groove, dovetail, dado. Hey, we're going to become, what you call them? Carpenters. Yeah. Types of joint. Not going down the line. Not going down that line whatsoever. Anyway. So, x-axis. We're now fitting the second x-axis. So this actually fits straight to the frame, this second axis. Which appears, I don't know, it appears different than plans. Okay. So the big hole in the frame, I assume, will be the motor. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. We shall do that in a bit. Little Robot Part 1. Medieval helmet. Pinboard alert. Cheesy doorstop. Well, there we go. Didn't want any of them. How much filament? This is what we're just reading the last magazine. How much filament are we going to use? And it looks like they're covering it in an article here. How can you easily calculate the cost and quantity of filament you'll need? Let's have a look at this then. How much filament in a job? A simple way to find out how much filament was used in a model is to print the model and accurately weigh it using digital scales, so the accuracy is absolutely spot on. Yeah, it's a bit late once you've already printed it. You want to work it out before. Let's say you want to know how much 90 grams was from oh god. Ow! Okay, so this is, at least here, from an approach I've already printed. I'm looking at more of trying to work out the cost before printing. What to do if filament runs out? Good point. Arrested development. If you run out of filament partway through a print job, don't despair. You can replenish the filament and continue, can you? At some point or other, the inevitable is bound to happen. Your filament will run out when a print is underway. Luckily, the V3 easily overcomes this. Pause the printing session from the V3 host software control panel on your computer. Under the print menu, select manual control and extrude the remaining piece of filament if there is any. Then reload the printer with fresh filament. Click on the extrude button in the manual control menu again and then hit pause once you've time to resume the printing process. We'll show you how to load and extrude. Okay. So what happens if you're running overnight and you come back and it's run out? Or does it automatically stop when the filament runs out? These questions have not been answered yet. And issue 18. Oh, okay. 17. Ow, 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 ow. 18. Where's my little bugger gum? There he is. Issue 18. In this issue, V3 printer part, X-axis linear block, bearing block, which is what we've seen in a previous one. Ta-da! When we built the other axis. 3D modelling step by step as usual. 3D print transforms prosthetics. Cool. Right. 3D printing transforms prosthetics. Demand for artificial body parts already outstrips supply, but thanks to 3D printing, the future is brighter than it has ever been. Prosthetics are no longer the exclusive preserve of the wealthy, and thanks to 3D printing, they look pretty amazing too. Before the advent of 3D printing, the aesthetics of prosthetic limbs weren't always a primary consideration. Now US company Bespoke Innovations has changed the perception of prosthetics. Try saying that when you're drunk. With its stylish, flaring designs, tailored to suit its customers' lifestyles. That's quite good, actually. I don't want to say this is going to happen, but you know it's going to happen, and it's some nutter, some absolute bonkers nutter, is going to have their leg purposely removed, just so they can get some latest stylized prosthetic leg. You know it's going to happen. And it's going to first appear on Facebook. Right, I had to edit there, bit of a sneezing fit. Right, yes, very arty leg there. Nice. And stuff. So, yes, changing the world of prosthetics. Okay. Curves in all the right places. SketchUp might lend itself more naturally to squared geometries, but mastering the arc tool will allow you to introduce complex curves into your designs. Yeah. So, yeah, you can use images and turn the design of the image into 3D. Absolutely awesome. Which means you can copy stuff from images. Nice. So you're basically outlining the shape and then extruding it, giving you this in the end. So you could, in theory, make your own plate for your clock. Making light work, stereolithography. Stereolithography, or SLA, is one of a number of 3D printing processes that use light to harden resin. Here's how it works. This is the one where it comes up out of the bed, the lasers turn it hard, and then it extrudes it upwards. Not quite at the sort of cost where you can use them at home unless you're extremely rich these days. The x-axis linear bearing, so we're going to put that on. So it's good that these come in 4 parts, because then I don't have to install all of that and screw it down before I put the bearing on. Just put the bearing on straight away. Cool. So take them off, put that on, put them back on. Fair enough, easy enough. Right, little robot part 2, won't bother with that. Gear coaster. Prevent damage to desk and tabletops from your tea or coffee mug by printing this robust coaster. Nah. Ladybird bookmark? Nope. Decorative pot. Small chance. How much is this using? 856 centimeters. Oh. 8.56 meters. Out of perspective. As you develop your 3D modeling skills, you'll find that you have an increasing need for precision. Let's find out how using parallel projection in SketchUp can really help you achieve this goal. No idea what parallel projection is, but there's a jargon buster. There are 2 types of graphical projection: perspective projection and parallel projection. A parallel projection is one where lines appear parallel and do not recede towards each other in the distance. Orthographic projections are a type of parallel projection and are used for working drawings. In this type of projection, the vanishing point does not exist. Lines are always parallel and right angles are drawn at 90 degrees. Yeah. Okay. Whatever that means. And issue 19. Timing belts. Oh, they're right. Yeah. Right. And the last one. That was good, wasn't it? The last one. My feet are going dead. In this issue, V3 printer part, X-axis timing bout bearings, 3D modeling step by step, and dinners printed. Would you eat 3D printed food? Good question. Depends what it's made of. Plastic? Nah. Yucky. Right. Dinner's printed. Nah. Nowadays, it's no longer just the menus that emerge from a printer. Complicated food recipes can also be prepared in machines of a type that could previously handle only inedible solids, such as metals, plastic, and ink. 3D food printers can make eye-catching dishes that require fiddly shapes and layering, such as these designer fish chips, mushy peas, by natural machines. Nice. Just... Oh. Okay, can't switch my ionizer on remotely from there. Oh well. Excuse my strange noises. Right, what we got here then? Fancy pizza? Currently you have 4 ways of getting one. Go to a restaurant, order a home delivery, buy one ready-made from a supermarket, or make your own from scratch. The first 3 options are easy and convenient, but they're relatively costly, and the food contains ingredients not everyone wants to eat. The 4th option is potentially the healthiest, as you have complete control of the ingredients, but DIY pizza is time consuming. Right, so I'm going to print a pizza. Pizzas take no time to make. Why the hell would I want to 3D print one? It's alright doing this sort of stuff, but some people take it too far, don't they? No. Keep on trucking. Complete your pickup truck design, learning important techniques for manipulating components along the way. It's very long and very oddball, isn't it? Right, so there we go. Preparing for print. I've got no printer finished yet, so can't do that. Okay. Solid Inspector. Solid Inspector is an essential extension that you can download from Extensions Warehouse. View the tutorials in issues 10 and 12 to see how extensions work and how to install them. Oh yeah, I've seen this before in another episode. It makes sure that all the solid surfaces are actually there, there's no holes in them, stuff like that. Pattern and texture. Adding textures and patterns to the surfaces of your 3D printed models can liven them up and add a little bit extra, making them more unique. Yeah, that's true. Cool. Architectural model by White Clouds. I'd love to make something like that. Cool. It's got textures and everything on it. Okay, x-axis timing belt bearings. And they're going up there. So basically we're assembling a second axis, but this one's in the case. So. Oh god, no, not one of them again. That was a pain in the ass last time. Let's just see how it goes. Okay, Russian Dolls Part 1. Ooh. Taj Mahal. A beautiful mini replica of the white marble mausoleum that is India's most iconic piece of architecture. Cute. Flower pot? Nah. Mini swatter? No, what a waste of stuff that would be. Groups, components and layers. When embarking on a new project, it's important to use all the tools that SketchUp provides. Here we explain how groups, components and layers help to keep your workflow organised and user-friendly. So, basically, filing systems. So, there we go. Oh, another advert. There we go. That's the magazines. And now... The King, the Wizard and the Burglar. Okay, so anyway, that's that done, and let's get on to the build, shall we? Right, I've made a decision. With this week's build, we're building actually in the frame here. Camera's just going to get in the way, and it's going to end up terrible. So I am just going to cut, and I will show you the completed build. It's not that interesting this week, so we shall do that. I'll be right back. Yes, I was right. That would have got right in the way of filming. So, we've done it. What we've done this month, on the back of the frame, we've installed the second runner for the x-axis. This could be the x-axis, obviously. So the other will be the y-axis. So will be mounted up there. So obviously the motor's going to go through here, and I assume there's going to be some sort of cover across this eventually. I've also used some cycle oil and just lubed the runners, which go on the bearings to make it much smoother. And we've got the puller for the motor here. So that's it for this month. That's the magazines and the build. Not as dramatic a change this month, but there we go. It should be something interesting next month. There's the other motor, which you've already built. So there we go. Thank you very much. Now I'm going to get something for this cough again. Sorry about the coughing. Thank you all very much.
You need to quit being dirty. You're a dirty boy.